Roger. Okay, I go to 14156, and that's plus or minus. Okay, thanks very much. I was unaware of the situation there. Yeah, I'll give it a try. And also, as for the morning nets, there's a couple that I deal with. There's one that's
meter and 160 meter antenna.
On I don't know if you can make that to that one. 3765. I don't know if the band is conducive for you at that time in the morning, at 8 o'clock or at 9 o'clock your time.
Okay, so that would be, if it's 9 o'clock my time, yeah, it'll still be some propagation at that time, because I do hear some nets going on. There's a few fellows that gets on 3745 and 3720. So there's some activity, and I sometimes check into them, but I've never gone up to 3765, or I don't remember. Maybe I passed it and I didn't hear anything, but that's great. So I'll look around for that one too. If there's some, well, I know spring is coming. Hopefully I'll get some of my work done outside. But there's some days that you can't go outside, and like a day like today, the nets are pretty good. They're kind of welcome. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Oh, I know what you're saying. And yeah, that's another net I just thought about too was it's about this one runs. It starts at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock your time. It's on 3775. 3775. You might be able to jump in there and say hello to the group there.
Yeah, and that's at what time is that one?
Oh, that would be 8 o'clock your time. 7 o'clock my time.
8 a.m. And the other one at 3760. Try to get on here more often. Over.
Yeah, that'll be kind of nice.
The others, it's like, I don't mind it at all, and you can't hear Todd, so sorry about it. So B7MJS is there, and Todd is there, so at GBO, so...
And 1, but I'm hearing you better on antenna 1. So let me go back to antenna 1. Okay, back on the antenna 1. Go ahead. Yeah, I've finally, both antennas are pretty significant. I'll tell you what antenna 2 is. It's a Wyndham, and it's up 125 feet in the Douglas fir trees, and has always worked extremely well, but I wanted to get something that really killed on 20, and the antenna 1 is doing an extremely good job on 20, and after making some adjustments, I'm happy to see that it's doing better on 40 than the other antenna. This is my final monster loop antenna. I had beams and towers in Utah. When we moved out here, I've got all these trees, so and I'm getting too old to climb towers anyway, so I'm using my potato gun, my pneumatic air gun, to shoot wires on these big trees out here. I've got this antenna, which is a horizontal loop on 4 legs, right in a wetland area between my neighbor and I, and it's wet, very, very wet year-round. We're right at the base of the Olympia rainforest, and they get 200 inches a year sometimes there. We get about 80 or 90. In any event, there's a lot of streams and little smaller streams, and it's just you sink as you go out into it because it's so damp. You can go up to your waist in almost quicksand out there. Put the antennas across there between my neighbor and I. It's a big horizontal loop, about 125 feet on all 4 legs, and 1/4 mile of wire, fed to ladder line, a 4-to-1 balance, and then on into the shack here. Go ahead. Well, okay, Scott, thank you. I'm using the new Yaesu FTDX101D. I guess it's been out a while now. They're still making it. And using an Austrian AKG microphone. I guess they do use these sometimes in broadcast stations. Not a terribly expensive one, a nice dynamic, however. And the linear goes back to the 60s. I don't know how far you go back. It's the Collins 30 Sugar 1. It's a floor model, and it runs a 4CX 1500A. Normally they run the 4CX 1000. I modified it, put a big oversized Hyperstill Peter Dahl transformer in it, and beefed up the screen supply. So this thing will really kick. Right now I'm probably running the kilowatt. I could run more. Probably about 1,000 rather than the, well, I guess I am probably pretty close to the legal limit. I better be careful here. Anyway, Scott, you sound great. What are you using, may I ask?
Check-ins, please go now. I Love Radio, go ahead.
The weather report is mixed snow right now. Just started up here in southern Oregon, 39 degrees. Got the fire going, and it's supposed to be full snow tomorrow, 1 to 3 inches.
Okay, thank you very much for the weather report. And sounding good. Your report's 5x9 with 39 degrees and 1 to 3 inches of snowpack in your Oregon side, southern Oregon side. Sounding good. Commander, over.
Yes, thanks, Bill. You're 5.5.
Okay, thank you very much for checking in. Kilo Alpha 6, I Love Radio checking in. 73 to Hawaii. Are there any more check-ins? Please go now. Check in.
Hi, Group DXNet. We'll take bouncing checks, upper checks, lower checks. All check-ins welcome. Please come now.
But I just like the nostalgia of the feel, and you know, when you warm up this big linear here, and if there's a little dust on it, you can actually smell the linear. And it does a pretty good job heating up the room as well. But it was the big boy, the 30S1. It was the floor model, kind of like some of the Henrys. It sits on the floor. I have it on casters because it's so heavy. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just checking the antenna out, Scott. I was up on 20, and 20 is not that good. It was killing a couple days ago. I couldn't believe it. And I was kind of surprised, and I'm not going to make any comment other than the comment I'm going to make. I guess I could. I can't believe how many Russian stations were on 20 meters the other day. Just, you know, many, just like the Japanese stations we hear a lot. Boy, really in numbers. I don't know if they're putting on they were very nice, and don't take me wrong. And most of the people are. If they were putting on kind of a public relations message, that all the hands are really friendly, I don't know. I don't even want to speculate, but I've never heard that many Russian stations on.
Catnip. Once in a while.
I'll sprinkle that.
How's that work out?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, it's, like I said, there's no behavior that I'm trying to modify. They like it.
Oh, I think we're modifying your behavior.
Whiskey Tango, land. Make your call. Over.